Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Saif, and in this video I'm going to show you step by step how you can use Agile CRM. So let's get into it. First, here you can see your homepage. Here you can see your dashboard. It contains your contacts, revenue, deals, calls, tasks. It also contains your activities here. So if you want to add any element to your dashboard, just go to Add Dashlet here. You can add from Contact tab, you can add Contact List, Tab Graph. From Deals, you can add all these options. You can also add options related to Calendar, Activity, RSS Feed, and Account Info. You can also access this Add menu on the top right so that you can add Contact, Company, Deal, Event, Task, Note, Email, Ticket, Call, or Document. Here you can also access on how to get started. You can import your contacts, set up email. You can publish online calendar, set up telephony, or invite users. Here you can access on tasks, calendar, and the search bar. So let's go and add our first contact. After going to contacts, you can import your contacts from CSV. You can import from Salesforce. You can import from other. However, we are going to build our first contact from scratch. So let's go to add contact here. It will ask you some information like the name, last name, title, company name. So we did not add any companies yet, so there are no companies here. So I will just delete this and I will add the company later. You can also add the email of the contact, phone number, and tags. Now let's save. And here is our first contact. You can see the details of the contact from here. You can edit it from here. You can send an email, and you can access on more options like add task, add deal, add campaign. And we will do all of these now, but not from here. We will add it from here. So you have two options whether to add these things or these options from here or from here. So now let's move on and go to notes. Here you can add a note for this contact, like here, and this is related to Sarah. So let's save, and here we have added a note successfully. Now you can also add an event. You can add a task. So let's add a task for Sarah here. Let's say appointment. Category is maybe meeting. Date of meeting and time. The owner, priority, let's say it's high priority, for example. Status, yet to start. Related to Sarah, and related deals. Let's just leave it here and press on save. Now you can add deals here. You can add existing deal or add a deal. Let's create a deal from scratch. Let's say contract, name save value, $10,000. Probability maybe 50%. Milestone, it's in proposal stage. Close date, you can choose your close date, for example this one. You can add your deal source. You can add the type. You can also add related to whom, which is Sarah. You can add task, and you can save now. Okay, it doesn't accept any symbols, so I will just insert 10,000 and it's automatically set to dollars. So now let's save. And here is our deal. So you can go back to tasks, for example. You can edit it from here, and you can now add the related deal as contract. And here it is. So now let's update. Perfect. You can also add campaigns. You can add web stats. You can add a mail. You can add documents, you can add tickets, you can add all these options. Now let's move on to add company. Here So now we can add company from here. Let's name it Papetco. And URL, I will leave it empty. Now I will save. And here I can find the details of the company. I can also edit it. I can send an email. I can access here some other options. Now let's go to contacts. Here you have an option to add existing contact or add a contact. Since I already have a contact who is Sarah, I will just add it to this company. Once I write Sarah, it appears here and I will save now. Perfect. Now let's go to the deals. Here you can see all the deals that you have placed. Here we have the contract deal, so you can drag it and drop it in any other of these sections. You can add it to step back, you can add it to step front, you can add it to the won or lost. Here you can archive it or delete it, so let's just keep it in the proposal. So this is how you can control your deals. Now let's move on to the inbox. Here you can compose an email, same like Gmail and other ordinary email providers. You can write an email to anyone you want. Now let's move on to online calendar. Here you can see the URL to your calendar. So here you can schedule any meeting. So let's say you want a fast meeting like 15 minutes. Let's pick it. And now you can choose the date of the meeting. You can also choose when are you available, so that the candidate can or the employee or the contact or whoever can choose whether he is available in this meeting as well or not. You can also insert here the contact information. Let's say it's Sarah. You can place her mail, and meeting type is in person. Now let's confirm. Just uncheck this and confirm. Okay, phone number. Let's add any fake number and confirm. Perfect. And here you have scheduled your appointment. Now let's return again to Agile CRM, and we will talk about one last thing, which is automations. Here I will not create an automation. However, I will just speak about it fast. Let's first sign in with Google and see what is in. Here you have your automation. So basically, automation is an idea or a concept in which you just place a sequence of steps that are implied or performed once a specific action is triggered. So these steps are applied without your intervention. So now let's check whether if a contact added, for example, we can send him an email, and you can mention exactly what are the components of the email. You can place the text, and afterwards you can save your email. Okay, I will just fill the mandatory contact owner to subject, for example. Now let's save. And now you've got your own email. So after this, you can wait, for example, and you can decide the duration, like days, for example, 1 day. Save. Then, for example, you can, let's see, you can add a task, for example, here. So the task is, for example, meeting, call, priority is normal, and now let's save. It requires the due days, 1 or 2 maybe. Okay, so basically these are the sequence of steps. Now you need to decide the sequence or the arrangement of these steps. So once here are the start. Once the person or the contact is accepted, you can just send him an email, a welcome email. Afterwards, you can wait for the sequence of steps that we decided. Now you can just add a task to this contact or this new employee. So this is basically how automations are performed. They can be more complex based on what you need to achieve. And so this basically is how you use or how you can use Agile CRM. This brings us to the end of our tutorial today. If you like this video, press on like, then subscribe to our channel for more valuable tutorials. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next videos. Until then, take care and goodbye.